Good morning. Today is Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Zev, Iyar stands for Ani Hashem Reifecha. I am God that will heal you. We need a lot of healing these days, especially our soldiers, the hostages, survivors, and all the Jews around the world. Today is the 30th day of Nissan. It's Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Today and tomorrow, Rosh Chodesh, May 8th. Yesterday we talked about the love of God could be inspired by the way a child loves their parent. So if we think about Hashem, how much He takes care of us and the way He cherishes us, like the examples given, like a father who had a child at an older age, an only child. Parents who have their elderly parents, they couldn't have children for many years. They finally had a child, and their old age. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. They were older, and it's the only child. They cherish that child with all their heart and soul, but in return, that child loves the parents. Now, even if it appears to him at first sight that this is an illusion, that he doesn't possess this love of Hashem. He can't figure out how to love God the way he loves his own parents. His own father and mother, he could see them, touch them, he spent time with them, they nurtured him. He senses them in a tangible way. Even if he's older now, and they're older now. But those are the people that raised you. But Hashem, it's hard to get that feeling going. Lo yochush. Don't worry about it. Don't be too concerned. Because even though it's hidden, it's absolutely true that somebody has this love of Hashem within his soul. So we got it, and even if it's difficult and painful to actualize it, it's going to happen. It's happening. Actually, so this love that a person has, you have to try to figure out ways how to bring it out. One way to think about it, it's God in heaven. He's the king, takes care of us, gave everything that we need. The other way is the Father in heaven. There's different ways. We have to figure out how to bring out that love, which is inside each yid. So how does he do it? How does he really do it? By being occupied in Torah and in mitzvahs, shalemi the mekayma idezeh. How does he do it? By studying Torah and performing mitzvahs as a result of this love that he has with Hashem, with the intention of bringing great nachas to God, like a son would serve his father, and so on, in order to cause Hashem great satisfaction and gratification. So that's another way to bring it out. You want to give nachas to your parents? You're going to do something nice to them. You're going to write, you're going to call them up Erev Shabbos and wish them a good Shabbos, or whatever it might be. Even if they're in heaven, you have ways to bring them nachas, right? You do it when they're alive. You do it after they've passed. You commemorate something in their honor. You do a mitzvah for them. You say haftarah, whatever it is. Since the revelation of this love leads, in fact, to increased performance, he should not be troubled by the fact that he may be deluding himself in thinking that he possesses this love when he actually does not, particularly since his soul does truly love Hashem. Sometimes when you're not feeling it, don't worry. You're not faking it. Your neshama really does love Hashem. So you faking it is not a fake, even though you feel that way. That's the way your brain makes you feel. But in reality, your neshama truly does love Hashem and wants to connect. Concerning this, it was said that a good thought is joined by the Holy One, blessed be He, to a good deed, providing it with the wings to soar upward, as explained earlier. When we think, when we have kavanah, when we concentrate on what we're trying to do, we give our mitzvah wings. So when love of God is revealed within one's heart, there's an actual connection between the thought and the deed. for the revealed love adds vitality to the performance of the deed. But don't worry, because even when the love is not revealed, it's still something is still happening. There's still a great gratification with Hashem. Vanachas ruahu, and this nachas to Hashem is kimshal simchas hamelech mibnoi shabai love b'tzeisa mibeisa asurim kinisgaleel. When we used this example earlier, the king has great joy when the son returns to him after being liberated from captivity. What did the son do? Did he do anything special? No, he was kidnapped, he got out of jail, whatever it might be. And the father has such tremendous joy.
He still bore the banners of his nation.
Could be. So he doesn't really do anything in particular. He just gets out of captivity. And so too our neshama, when we learn Torah mitzvahs, we are released from the captivity of the galus, which is the body, and the exile that we're in, to connect to the king. Or maybe the nachas that Hashem has is from the fact that through this Torah learning and mitzvahs that you're doing, you're making it possible for him to have a home here in this world. As we said, this is vital. This is the whole purpose of creation. So thus, the love, which is like a son who strives for the sake of his father, can be revealed, even if you're doing things automatically, davening every day, learning Torah every day, doing mitzvahs every day, to arouse the intention of his heart and mind. Even in regards to the above-mentioned love of the category of my soul, I desire you. And this Gilil, it's readily possible to bring it out of its concealment into the open through constant practice. That's why we come to shul every single day. And when we started, we didn't daven so well. Now we're davening better and better. And whatever mitzvahs that we take on, in the beginning, it's a little tough. You know, someone wasn't coming and they started coming every day. It's tough in the beginning, but then you get used to it. It's like driving, riding a bike, whatever it is that we start doing and we haven't done before. So that one's heart should feel, once we get into the rhythm of it, then your mouth and your heart start to sync, start to join in symphony. So one's heart should feel what his mouth utters about Hashem's being his true life. Even if a person cannot connect the two into a revealed state, nevertheless, he can occupy himself because of his love in Torah and mitzvahs for their own sake, through portraying the idea of this love in his mind, and a good thought is united with God. All he has to do is think, you know what? I'm working on it. I'm not there yet, but I'm trying with all my might to just, even in his mind, he says, I'm doing this mitzvah for God's sake. It's therefore possible for his Torah and his mitzvahs to be elevated to the high supernal spheres, just as if he had fulfilled them with a love which was revealed in his heart. So the takeaway is, when you do a mitzvah, your divine soul is surfacing. At this point, your soul, your neshama, is leaving its entrapment within your heart, within your material body, and is soaring up to heaven. Your soul, the king's beloved prince, so to speak, is being freed from prison. And that brings tremendous nachas, tremendous joy and pride in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So that's what we do when we do a mitzvah. That's what we do when we learn Torah and we daven. And if we could add in just a little bit, even if we're not opening up and revealing the deep love that every soul has, even if it's just a little bit, think of this concept. It's certainly the start, the kickstart to opening up and revealing that love which is in each of our hearts. Good Chodesh, everybody, and good to see you. Rigo, good to see you. Good to see everybody online. Sei gesund.